Hey guys, this is Andy McCann. I own CrossFit Garage and I use Wodify as our software. And Wodify gives some pretty interesting opportunities to deliver information back to the members. And they had a gym Wodify Wrapped, which actually, let me pull that up, see if I can find that for you. Well, I couldn't find the one they emailed out, but this is basically the same data. So what it does is they looked at your data for the year and said, hey, what are the top 10 lifts or the top 10 people with weightlifting PRs, and then Metcon PRs, total attendance, and the top 10 workout PRs. So they've got this, plus a couple other things, and they put it in a format which was emailed out, and we can all click on it. So I'm looking to do the same thing, but instead of saying, hey, the top 10, I want everybody. So I had them build me a report. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so it was for 2024, there was 2024 client year-end data. So I duplicated it for 2025. So what I want to do is recreate the idea of a Spotify Wrapped or anything else wrapped and throw the data in there so that members can see like, hey, look what I've been able to do. Because it's actually, weirdly, if you show up and do, this stuff works. Even if you half-ass it, it's going to work out well for you. So I like to show your attendance and then your personal records. Of course, that means you're logging in and you're tracking data. So if you don't do any of those things, I can't help. But I also want to take it for the year and then also for lifetime. So some people have been at the gym for a very long time and I like them to see what's been paying off for them over time. So what I'm going to try to do is learn how to do this system. Wodify has a couple unique options in here. Let's see. So you can go to, like they've got, well, let me show you how I would get there. So if you were in reports and you went to custom reports, you could then open up custom reports, and from there you can get into some data modeling. So I also have all these options on the side over here, and I guess you can't see it because my face is covering it. At the very bottom there's models, database, and metrics, and so I've got those actually pulled up. So here's the models. So custom reporting, so let me open up that so you can see a bunch of things that have already been pre-populated, and some metrics, which I don't have anything created there yet. So they do have some opportunities to watch or read documentation. I'm going to open up this one, and I've actually got this guy pulled up on YouTube. So if I've been watching that, it's about a 6-minute video. I watched at faster speed. And what I was thinking of doing is just basically taking the, and I kind of started to do this, take the old 2024 report that they've created for me and just make it 2025 and just update everything. And as I tried to do that, I broke some links. I was like, you know what? Better than that, rather than just recreating what I used to do, I've got other ideas I want to try. And so I'm watching their videos to see what I can do and learn this system. It's not really coding, it's database modeling, which is kind of similar-ish if you kind of know what you're doing in the way of scratch coding. But anyway, so I am going to utilize this and the videos. And what does this come from? A company called Metabase, and they're the ones behind like using this database centric idea. And I'm going to drop it into Chat GPT to see if I can get some help there and see if I can create for myself the report that I want from scratch, not going off on anything else, right? So I'm not going to have you watch these videos with me. I'm going to watch them and learn them and then practice and do. So I'll give myself a total time. Actually, let's see, timer, clock. I'm going to start a timer. Let's see, reset, go. So this timer will be going in the background. I've already spent maybe 10 minutes just messing around, but I haven't done anything with regards to building out the new database. My other plan is I've got 2 computer programmers, Evan, who's graduating this year from UGA with computer science, and he has interned with Wodify, so I'm going to ask him to do his best and see what he comes up with. Levi, who's worked with me a bunch at the gym, CrossFit Garage, and he's also computer science at UGA. He's a sophomore. Evan is will be graduating in the spring. And then Evie is still in high school. She's a junior, but she finds all this programming stuff simple. So I'm like, hey, maybe I can convince them to have a battle with me. So I just sent a text to them, and we'll see if they reply. Not yet, but I'm going to do this anyway because I want to. I want to see what they can come up with and what they think is more interesting metrics. When we were looking at our Spotify Wrapped, I thought the metrics were kind of cool that they pulled up. And then the kids were like, what if they did this and this and this? I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. So the idea of having these wraps, it's new to me. So it's not really, what should be looked at? I don't really know. Okay, so first thing she says is create a model. So I'm going to go over to the, actually I have way too many tabs open. Let's see, the model page, I think it was this one. Yep, look at that. And I'm going to drag it over here to be next to the video. And then I'm going to create a new model. Let's just open this bad boy up and see what it has. So start with a question, database, a collection, or a metric. I'm going to start with a question. All right, so first it says, hey, these are some recent questions that you've had, or I guess tables or collections, right? So I don't really want any of that. I don't think. I want to start over. So maybe I'll go with a table and pick your starting data. Well, I want attendance to be my starting data, or yeah, let's do that. Let's just find people's attendance for the year and lifetime. Let's see if I can create that table. So we're going to go with attendance and then add a filter to narrow your answer. So let's make this one attendance for 2025. So we're going to do a date, right? Or we want, is currently a customer, because that matters, right? So customer ID, name. So it's going to report something. So I'm definitely going to need their name. And I want, no, okay, that's not right because I don't want to filter names. I want all the names. I want to filter by date. So let's just type in date, class date, start time, class day. Member since, that could work. Start date. Okay, so I think I found a different one that I want to start with. Is this total attendance? Let's do that. All right, so now we've got total attendance, which is what I care about at the moment. And we're going to add filters to narrow your answer. Yep. So let's see if it gives us a, let's do date. There we go, date. And we're going to do, do I do specific date? I guess I want to do it for 2025, but that means I have to remake this every time. So could I do it for the current year? It would be previous years when I actually wanted to pull the data. You know what, let's just do specific date for now. I'm just gonna make everything, and so 1/1/25 and November. Yep, let's add that. Okay, so I got total attendance. Do I want to make it any more specific? No, I just want their attendance. Pick a function or a metric. So I want count of rows, sum, average. I want count of rows. Nope, I just want the number. So maybe it's just going to be there. Let's actually see what I can visualize this and see what it's got. Oops. Okay, so it's giving me all their attendances through, I mean, that's a big piece of data, right? So more than 2,000 rows. So what I don't want that. I want a summary of. So let me go back and figure that one out. Let's see. I want to edit. There we go. And look at that summary. I do want that. Thanks for the idea. Summary of total attendance, right? Summary of. Let's see. Duration, value, drop-in value, location. Sum of total attendance. Customer ID. Yeah, that would be it. All right. Okay, so that's not it. It just gives me a big fat number. So, oops, I want to edit. Go back to the editor. Sum of customer ID. So it was a lot of IDs. I don't want that. I want to summarize. All right, I'm going to pause you while I find the right one. Okay, so that didn't work. I know I'm missing just the logic, just never used this system before. So what I'm going to do is look for the one that I already had them build for me. Let's see, database, custom reporting. Let's see, it was 2024. Oh, 2024. Total attendance 2024. Yep. So I'm going to open up that one. And I am going to edit it and see what they did. Okay. So they gave us class date this year. So they didn't use total attendance, didn't they? They used attendance. So maybe I'm doing that wrong. And, oh, look at that. I could probably just do this right here. Total attendance in 2024. If I choose dates, class dates this year. Actually, so this report is misnamed because it's a this year report. So row limit, I could actually redo this one and say 200 and say visualize. That's interesting. I wonder why it pulled that up like that. Let's go back and edit. Row. So instead of the top 10, let's just back it up and say top 20. Okay, so here's your top 20 attendance. So if I hover, oh, it's giving me a percent. Interesting. Total attendance, it was a percentage. It didn't give me a number, which is fine. So anyway, they give you count client name. So let me go back to mine. Right there. So I want to do count. Whoop. So they got summarize. No, filters. I'm in filters right now. So client is active. Let's do that. Client is active. Client max role name is client. I don't know what that means. So classes this year, I did the date, and then client is active. So let's go back over here. So client is active. Yep. And then they got summarize count by client name. Oh, that makes sense. Duh. So I'm going to summarize count by I probably need something by client name. Let's see what happens when I do that. Okay, so does it look right? It doesn't look right. It looks a little bit off for some reason. So they got count. Let me just open that up and see what they did. Count of rows by client name. All right, let's go back and cheat and change that. Count of rows. And that makes sense. So how many rows, how many times does Andy show up? And that is this number right here. So if I hit play on it, it should say, hey, these are the times, right? So I can look at that and say, Aaron and Aaron, these are the number of times they've logged in. And this would make some sense based on travel schedule, getting back into the gym, and so forth. Yeah, so that looks good. I like that. So I'm going to close that bad boy down. So that's good. And I got it for January, or 2025. So let me go back and look. I'm going to pull that one over that I keep going to, over next to me. So I got that. Then it's sort by count. Yep, duh, that makes sense. So let's do I'm going to add in a sort by count. And then let's visualize that one. And we want it to sort the other direction. So sort by count down. That's it. Play. Yeah, and I knew that to be true because they sent Wodify wrapped and Kate was at the top, followed by Skylar. So I've got the right data. So that's good to know. So I've got now a report that I am going to save this one as, let's save it as, oof, that's a big one. Let's call it, I'm going to call them 2025A for Andy. And this one is total attendance. I'm not going to put it, where do you want to save it, to a dashboard? Oof, no. I don't want to save it to a dashboard. Save it to Wodify wrapped collection. I mean, that's where it's going to go, right? But that seems like wasteful. Let's save it as CrossFit Garage Admins Collection. Let's create a new one. 2025 wrapped. Create. We're going to save it in there. 2025 wrap. Save. Okay. So the first one, saved to this address. No, I don't want to add it to a dashboard yet. But, so if I visualize that one, it's going to get, oh, nuts. What did I do that? Let's see, join data, client data. It should have done it. Count, what did I miss? Oh, row limit? Okay. So it's limited to 1. So let's do row, enter limit. So the limit would be, let's go 200 because I don't have more than 200 members. Visualize. There we go. Okay. So I don't actually want it as a bar chart. Let me go back and change that. Edit. Let's see, count data. Join data. Nope. Summarize filter. Attendance. Counts down. I changed it to 20. And let's visualize this one. It should just, wow, this one was doing a pie chart, wasn't it? Yep. So that is going to be the view, the visualization. Let's see if I can figure out how to change that. Visualize. I don't want it in this format. I want it in this one. Okay. So I'm going to save it. Replace original. Yes. Cool. So I got everybody in there. That's the first one down. So total attendance is done. I'm going to keep this handy and just slide it over to here. Then the next one I want to do is have everybody's personal record. So I'm going to create another one here. Let's go, not metric, we want models. Yep. And I'm going to create a new question. So the question is personal, okay, how about records? Nope. Performance results, I like that. Okay, I do know that there is one for 2024, so maybe it was called PR, recent PRs. Okay, 25, this is one that I just started creating, so I don't want to go off of that one. Progressions products, PR by component by client. Is that what I want? That could be PR space. No PRs. Top PRs. Let's see what it does. It's probably pulling from different groups. So top PRs. Let's open that. Oh, can I? That's pick your starting data, top 24 PRs, yep. Okay, so I need to find the top, this is in the collection, so it's a table. Let's go to tables and look for top. Top 2024 Metcon PRs. All right, let's give that a shot. Okay, so I do like this. Let's go to the editor and see what I need to do. Performance results. I think that's what I already picked. That's the original one, right? Right. Top 24 PRs. This is the table that it's coming from. Let's see, I don't need that anymore. And I need to do a database. Create a new one. New question. And so this one started with the data performance results. Let's go there. Performance results. Perfect. Got it. Slide these guys next to each other. So component is a Metcon, and I'm going to change the date there. There's a personal record. Okay, so component is a Metcon, and then I'll pick the dates. Oop. Let's see. Component type is Metcon. Let's go. Nope. Component type. I actually want all the PRs, right? Warm-up's not a PR, but whatever. That's pretty funny. I don't think that would count. Let me just get rid of that one. So this is going to give me all performance numbers. That's totally fine. And let's go for the data range. We're going to add specific date. Date results. Result date. Let's do custom. Specific. Okay. And we got date result is a personal record. Is personal record. So 1 equals 1, or it is, and client is active. Yeah, I guess that makes sense too. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it's a personal record, and was it recorded? No record. That seems kind of dumb. And we do want client active, right? Client status? That's probably what it was. Client active. Client is active. All right. So client active is active. Let's find that one. Client active is active. Add. So I probably should have done that on the other one that I saved. Where was that one? This guy? Attendance? Oh, it did. Client is active. I'm going to change it and move it. So, or wait a minute. Is that, that's 2024. That was their attendance. Oops. So let's close that one down and not save it. Go back to mine and do edit. I didn't do the active. Oh, I did right there. Client is active, 2025. Okay. And this is how programming works. Well, since I don't know what I'm doing, I'm making it as I go. Custom reports, I haven't saved this one yet. So there's 4 components. Let's see what it, well, actually, before I do that, it needs to be reporting somehow. So summarize, count by name. That makes sense. Count of rows by name. Count of rows by client name. And then we're going to sort descending again with a maximum of 200. So sort by client name. No, that's not right. By count. Descending. Row 200. Let's save this. What is, well, actually, let's visualize it first. What's it going to look like? Yep, okay. Cool, cool, cool. So let me close that down. We're going to call this save 2025 APRs all. I like my title better than, oh my gosh, that is a long name. Then we're going to save it into 25 wrapped. Save. Save. Okay. Save to a dashboard. Not now. So I'm not going to distinguish between whether it was a Metcon or a weightlifting PR. Should I? I don't think so. I think I'm going to leave it as all. Okay. So what that gives me is a name, their total attendance, and their Metcon. What else would I want to do? I'd want probably this for lifetime as well. So if I'm going to do a lifetime one, let's move this guy over because we're going to save it. I'm going to redo this, but I'm going to, actually, you know what? I can probably start right here. Yeah, let's do this. Total attendance. Let's go, actually, they probably already built it. let's go here and look at the database. Custom reporting, attendance. What is it? Okay, that's everybody's everything. We don't want that, but it is what I'm looking for. I'm going to start with that database. Attendance, membership, retention, total attendance. Let's look at that. I'm going to say no to that one. Okay. So if I took this, actually I can just take both of the ones I made and remake them and take off the date and just do full time. Okay, so let's do this. I think you could copy these, duplicate. Yep, cool. We're gonna call it all. A total attendance. That's fine. We're gonna put it in 25. Yeah, let's just leave it in 25 wrapped. So all total attendance. And I spelled attendance wrong? I sure did. That sucks. Duplicate. Not now. And we're going to change the date. So let's do update this filter. Oops. We're going to change this one. We started using Wodify, and I guess I could just put, well, let's change it to, I'm going to exit out and then add date. And since the beginning of time. Specific date, relative dates, exclude. Today, I want specific relative dates. Let's see, what does that mean? Current, previous. Nah, I don't like that. So I'm going to go with specific dates, and I'm going to say, I'm going to change this to, golly, I feel like it was January 2013. So let's go 1/1/2013 and see what happens. Update. Okay. So this gives me, let me move it over here, all the data of every active client from January 2023 or 2013. Yeah, there still should be, I mean, it should be anybody that's current, and it should like push like Joe and Sharon and myself to the top. Let's do a save on that. Replace, yeah. And then visualize this thing. Yeah, cool. Okay, so it gave everyone's total attendance. Got it. So that one works. Let's get rid of that. And then I am going to I'm going to make a copy of this guy. Duplicate. We're going to call it all PRs duplicated. Sure, that's fine. And we're going to save it in a wrap. Sure, that's fine. Okay, I think really the only thing I need to do is change the date. Components, all the PRs. I'm going to change the date to 2013. Now this will be fascinating. I mean, it should be Joe, Sharon, and yeah, oh, wow, look at that. These are the, oh my gosh, the number of, this is fascinating. Oh, you can't see it, let me slide it up. The number of personal records that are out there. It's only at 2, that's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. I guess because I'm not really playing it. Let's save. Yes. And then visualize. All right, it's got everybody. Cool. Man, since the beginning of, no, that's not right. Oh yeah, these are PRs. Yeah, that's totally right. Because if I come back over here and visualize, yeah, Joe and Sharon are at the top. And of course you would expect them to have more personal records. Let's go back. Look at that. That's really cool. So I wonder what would be, as a business, an idea that I've got is like old members, so past members. So I kind of want this, and this is for all members. So I'm going to duplicate this and make it for non-members. How many personal records did they hit, right? That'd be interesting. I have a lot of non-members. We've been open since 2008, using this since 2013. So there's a ton of data. So if I do duplicate, and I'm going to say all non-members. duplicate, that's fine, whatever. 25 right? Sure. Not now. Okay. So it's been duplicated, and I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to change it to, this one is inactive. Update filter, and man, this is going to be a lot. I'm going to go 2000, sure. Nah, well, yeah, sure, that's fine. Let's save it. And hit visualize. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so remove me. A long time ago, there was no way to remove somebody from the database unless you like renamed them or something. So I had to come up with a way to get folks out of the system, and I just named them all remove me, remove me. So that remove me has 12,000 personal records. That's pretty cool. So Lauren, Pete, Brandon, Philip, Glenn. Oh, Glenn passed away. Jonathan. Look at all these names. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now I'm curious. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So we're going to duplicate it and say all non-members, total attendance, duplicate, not now. And we're going to edit. Client status is not active. Update. Let's change that to 2000 and say save. And then visualize. Yeah, Laura Wolf, Jonathan, that's pretty cool. You got a lot of long-term members. Very cool. Okay, what does it show? I don't know, but maybe I want to go back and talk to some of them and say, hey, how's it going? Where you been? All that. Okay, next thing I probably want to do is, I got their PRs, maybe weekly streaks. So let's go and see if there is a weekly streak one to begin with. So let's do streak. No, so it's probably not in the database. It's probably in the other one I was using. Yeah, the models. Let's go with streak. Yeah, so they got something. They got weekly streaks. Let's see. Average current weekly streak. Average current weekly streak. So there's a bunch of these. Let's just pick. All right, there's one from our personal collection. Let's pick that one. See what it looks like. Oh. So CrossFit's admin personal. Let's go back. Average, currently average. I don't want average. I want Evan's capstone. Oh, that's interesting. Evan, what did you do? Let's do average current weekly streak. Highest weekly streak. Okay, I get it. They're giving me the average of the data. I don't want the average though. Let's go with Evan's and see what it looks like. Edit. So clients, average. All right, so let's rename this one. We're going to duplicate it so we don't mess this up. Duplicate. And we're going to call it 2025A. And I don't want average. I want their weekly streak. We're going to save it in 25 wraps. Saved here. Duplicate. Now, all right, we're going to change this one to highest weekly streak duplicated. That is the summary of it. Okay. So the data is clients. That's not what I want. I needed the other one, didn't I? I need to go where this is created. Cancel. Let me see, streaks. This is mine. I already have that open. I want to get into and not into the model. I want to be in a table. Let's go a database. That's it. It's down on the bottom behind my picture. You can't see it. Custom reporting, and I want streak. Doesn't have anything. I feel like there was a streak already. No, I feel like this is the right spot, right? So, but it's summarizing. That's weird. So it looks like it's pulling from itself to summarize itself. That doesn't make any sense. Let's look at edit. So we need a filter. Let's go ahead and build that out. Where is it? Nope, not this one. Leave this one. I'm going to move it over so I remember what I'm working on. So first thing is add some sort of filter. So let's go, I mean, we're going to filter on client name, right? No, that's not right. Client. Client is active. There it is, active client. Client is active. And then we're going to do dates. Start date, custom date. Nope. Date of birth, interesting. No, start date, renew, custom expression. What do we pick over here? Date is, oops, member since, date. Nope. Why it's not letting me pick that one? Would I go from here? It was custom date. I remember seeing that. Oh, last expired. Interesting. There should be the ability to ask for the date, which I've done before. I mean, I guess summarize, filter. Let's join column. I want to add a column. I want to, all right. This is interesting. It's operating a little bit differently than the other one. Boom, right here. So we got filters. I got filters up. I don't have the date. And then, oop, summary. So it's the count. All right. So I want the count. Group by client. There we go. Cool. So we've got client name. We got the count of the row. Oopsie. I see. This right here probably needs to be streak. There isn't one. So is it? That's a good question. Where is the streak stored? I should have probably looked up another one to see if it was stored somewhere. It's probably attendance and streak, maybe? I'm going to crash out of that one. Let's just see what it's going to look like. Column. We're going to do sort by count. Sort count row. All right, I can do that. So it's not, Let's hit play and see what it gives us. Oh, actually this is good. All right, so then we want to sort by client name. No, we don't. We want to sort by, do we want to sort by who's the highest? I think so, because that's what we're looking for at the moment, right? I know originally, I think what I'll have to do is make it by everybody's name, but we want descending. And then let's visualize that. Haha, there we go. There's the streaks. Wow, okay. And 200. That's not what we wanted. We don't want to summarize. Row limit, 200. Okay. So 25 high street, I'm going to save it. And we're going to hit visualize. Not now. Visualize. Ah, give us one name. Good job, Stuart. Stu! Okay. So why did it give me one name? So this right here gave me everybody. This right here is the client is active. This gave me everyone, right? That is what I want. So why did my limiter crush it? So I take that out and just say visualize. Okay, that's not good. Client is active. I'm going to pause and think about this. All right, I couldn't figure that out. But, ooh, I do have this 25 wrapped, or 2025 wrapped set up. So I can see all the attendances and PRs. Then I should be able to join that all together into one report and like join it by name. That'll be the next thing that I'm going to try to do. So there's those numbers. Here's these numbers. Should probably save that so it sticks to this format. And this one. I do like the idea of total attendance all and total PRs all. That sounds really cool, right? Your lifetime. Look at that. Tied with Aaron in personal records. That's funny. I've been here for almost 20 years and he has not. So look at that. Very cool. Okay, so it'd be neat to have at a minimum those stats tied together. So then the question becomes, how do I get that data to be represented and join all that together so it's by everybody's name into a report? So let's go back to database. If I want to make a new database, I do not. I want to make a new model. Maybe. I want to pull all that data in. Let's try that. I'm going to go new question, new dashboard, new collection, new metric. No, let's go with a question. So pick your starting data. I'm going to use 2 points of data. I would like to, I wonder if I can add more points. The starting data would be clients. let's see, I don't think this is gonna be right, but I'm gonna try it out. So clients, I'm gonna add, all right. So I want to, let's see if can I add here? Nope, filter, can I filter on a table? No. So this isn't what I want. Let's go back to custom reporting. Oh, I feel like it's a new model. I feel like, right? Because this is going to show, what does this show? I don't know what that's showing. Back. Okay, I do think it's in here, and you have to join the data somehow. So what do I want to start with? How about collections, tables? I mean, I would say all data. I want to start with Wodify wrapped, maybe. All right, let's try that. Join. Ah, there we go. I can join it. So we got 2025. We had PRs. Let's go total attendance. Yep, I like that. What column? We're going to do client name to, oh, not that, to client name where interesting. Maybe it's customer ID. Nope, can't be. I don't like this. Just name type. It's not that. It's not ID. So we're joining the tables. Client name. And then total attendance. Let's go back and look at somebody else's. All right, so they've got clients, their ID, and total attendance ID. So we got both. So previous is the one above. Client name, client name. Okay. I lost where I was. This one. So my options are pretty limited here. So it should be client name and then client ID. What does that give us? No, that's what I thought. Doesn't like it. So join data. So shouldn't this one be performance results? On client ID, customer ID? I don't think it's either one of those. Okay, I'm gonna steal again, and I've got this 2024 one. I think I already made this 2025. Whatever, we'll just do a duplicate, and I'm gonna change this to 25. Andy, end of year data duplicated. I think I already did this once, so I'm just gonna put an A on the another A on the end. to duplicate everywhere. I'm going to pull from everywhere. 2025 total attendance, right? This one. Okay. Oops. I should have looked at that. Can we undo? Nope. So we're going to do client name. Cool. And then we're going to do previous results. Okay, that's up here. And then clients. I don't know why it's doing that. We want to add some more data. So started with the performance, add the total attendance, and then I'm going to add in lifetime attendance. No, it would be all, right? This one, I'm going to do all PRs. Client name. We'll do another one, which is all attendance. All total attendance duplicated. Yeah. Client name. All right, that's kind of cool. Client is active. We already kind of had that up here, didn't we? And then we want it to sort on, I guess in this case we're going to do client name, right? Ascending? Yeah, sure. What are we going to save this one as? Save. Yeah, replace the old one. Probably should have been doing this. Oh, look, it's got it sorted by count. All right, I'm curious what's going to happen here. Oh, I can't show you this. Okay, what I did is I fixed this up a little bit. So I got total attendance for 2025, PRs for 2025, all PRs, all time, all attendance, and then I put in the weekly streak. So we'll see if that works. All right, so one thing I think I need to add is client is active. So active, or is it status, client status, active. So let's save that and try this one. I'm gonna pause it while it comes up so I don't show emails or anything. All right, this looks pretty good. So we got, I know this isn't the right data though, because this should be higher and these two are the same. So I need to go and figure that one out. The total attendance and so 2025, and then all-time PRs and all-time attendances are correct. With the weekly streak, this is kind of a neat one right here. So I need to figure out why these two are not coming out correctly. So we're going to go back to, let's save this, and then we're going to go back to the editor, figure out component type. I got those 4. I feel like maybe I should not put the filters in there. Because it's starting with performance data, which I don't know if I need that. I don't think I need to filter it because I'm getting all these. So, join data. It's putting those data pieces together. So maybe what I should have done is right here is just client. What if I did that? What does this do? Join data. I can put one way up here. Let's do client. Nope. Okay. So I think this isn't the correct one to start with. I probably should have started with the other one of the other ones, like total attendance. So let's try this. If I take the performance off, I take all of these off and just keep is client. Let's visualize that. Okay, this is fascinating. So this is just all the performances that I've all put in there. So that's actually an interesting number. I like that. So this says I've logged 5,000 pieces of data, which is probably correct given this many years. So 2013. So if we did a quick calculator on that. So 2013 is 12 years ago. 12, and let's say I'm coming into the gym. If I'm coming to the gym almost 200 days, 200 So 2,400 it says, and then there's usually a couple pieces of data. So yeah, that's probably correct. We do multiple things that we log, not just the workout, but we'll do like miniature bits. Anyway, okay, so then this one is still incorrect. Why? So 2025, why did it not pull these up correctly? So I think it should be something in the nature of, yeah, and these are, wait. Attendance, yeah, for 2025. So this is not correct. So I need to go in there and figure that one out. So let's save it. I do like this. And then I'm going to go back to the editor. So total attendance is good. 25 PRs all. That should be correct. Oops. All right, let's go back to search 2025 all PRs. There, this one right here. Okay, so that came up correct here. So what is it not? 2025 A PRs all. Maybe I'm just playing the wrong thing. Nah, I've lost where I was. I hate it when that happens. Too many tabs. This one, okay. No. Here. Client, 2025, 25, there it is, 2025 A PRs all. Client name to client name. What is this one? Preview. So it's got total attendances, and then it's got Andy McCann 4, and that is not correct. Why? Because we know when we do this, 25, let me grab that and pull it up. This one. So, where am I on this one? Should be somewhere in here. Well, actually, maybe that's interesting. Maybe it is correct. Go down to the 4. Andy, that's not right. So this is something is wrong with this one. Count client name. January 1st to December 25th is a personal record and you're active. And if we do the visualize, that's interesting. My numbers are off. It says I have 4, which is incorrect. But I know this is correct. So why would that be incorrect? Client active, personal record is personal record. Count. Because when I go to their Wodify wrapped, let's do. Yeah, that's not right. Oh, it's 2024. I don't think I had the 2025 data. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It should be more than 5. 4. Yeah, so Joe is 7. That's not right. It's like the date is off. Client name. Oh, you know what? I took the date out, so that's probably it. Let's go back to date. Okay. I do like this, how you can see it in pieces and parts. Yeah, that's probably... Yeah, that looks better. Okay. I'm going to say that's correct, and we're going to save it. Replace the original. And then visualize. Okay, this is good. This says, let me find Andy McCann. Yeah, it still says that's not right. I don't have 4 PRs for the entire year. That's just not true. So, and all these numbers are low. Actually, 42 is pretty correct. Carolyn, Chris. Man, maybe it is correct. 4 personal records for the entire year. I think it's incorrect. So there's something going on in that report. Let's go back to edit. And, right, that's where it's pulling from. Total attendance, 25 times APRs all. APRs all. So I got the date in there. So it would have only pulled from that anyway. Date. His record. I don't think that's correct, but I do know that Skylar and Kate were at the top, although it didn't show Chris before. That's weird. Let's do a visualize on this one. Yeah, it's got me way down. I get 4. That doesn't make any sense. Because we did the Wodify wrapped already, and like Aaron Vincent, where is he? He and I were tied with like some amount. Okay, so I got to figure that one out. But the point is, I'm getting very close to being able to do my own Wodify wrapped, which is pretty cool. Yeah, see, it says he has 2 PRs. That's no way. That's right. It's like the dates are off. I mean, this one is more accurate, but that's way too many as well. It's very close to the all-time. So something is wrong. I don't know what the 2 is coming from. And this one's like 200 all-time. No, that's actually correct for all-time. But then, 16? I don't know. Something's wrong with this. But either way, this is cool data. So I think it's as neat to be able to show a member, hey, look at this. It would be very cool if I could pull this out into an email. So maybe that's what I'll try to get Evan and Levi to try. So I'm going to pause this, try to go back and edit a few things because I showed email addresses at one point. So far I've spent 1 hour and 19 minutes on it. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. Maybe I'll come back later.